And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your compatriot, Cheap Ludes. How are you doing? A fine evening we have here. We have new teases for Friday's content in NBA 2K23 My Team. My allergies are going absolutely brazy. Shout out to my cats, Katana and Catalina, for absolutely poisoning me with their mere existence. We got Moments Jalen Brunson in the house. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I have nothing. I know this might be surprising from some of you more haterish type elements in the audience, but yeah, I have nothing negative to say here. Pretty solid card, pretty easy grind. I mean, the block is a pain for sure, but you can get it done. But that's not what we're talking about today. He is worth picking up though, for sure. The grind is super lax, super calm. That block is going to be kind of a headache, but you only need one lucky block, so just play enough triple threat and you'll eventually get it, I hope. The next pack is stacked with players who are a nightmare on the court. Who do you think is dropping in my team tomorrow? I'll be honest, first thing when I read that, I was like, oh my god, here comes Giannis, dude. Here comes game-breaking pink diamond Giannis. It's about to be heinous out here. Like, it's about to be a horrible thing. I'm not stoked, but spoiler alert, no Giannis. It is what it is. We did get some interesting players, though. First thing we got, Yao Ming. I've seen a lot of people say that this is bad. And to be honest, if you are on next gen, this is not going to be a fun experience for you whatsoever. Yao, especially if he has a good mid-range, could be relatively broken. He's not going to be shooting threes, but if he has like a 40 or above three, the right people on next gen are going to be able to green it if he's left wide open. That's facts. People are not scared to pull with Wilt, so I fully believe they'll pull with Yao Ming as well. Although he will be incredibly annoying from a mash capacity, he's going to be slow. And if we're being real, I don't know how much, and I'm just talking pure mash here, I don't know how much better he's going to be than like a Sabonis or a Big Z anyway. And they're going to bring you more outside shooting. So I don't know how effective he's going to be. I guess we'll see tomorrow. But like I said, if he's got like a 65-3, it's on and popping. Because people are going to be able for sure to green that consistently. It's about to be a pain. Next up, we got John Wall, which the card art looks like all these hands are grabbing for his nuts, if I'm being honest, and he looks rather excited for that to be occurring. John Wall is going to be interesting. John Wall is going to be very similar to Derrick Rose, except he's not going to feel like he's, playing on the court with like construction boots on, and then he's also going to have better defense. So I don't know. Is he going to be as overpowered as Westbrook? Possibly, because he's going to bring you more outside shooting. So John Wall could actually be one of the best point guards in the game when he actually does drop. Is he going to be necessarily better than like a Dwayne Wade or something? No, not necessarily, but he typically has like a high interior defense, so he might be able to stop from mashing a little bit better. But John Wall should be good. It really depends on his jump shot and how he moves, which I'll... Nightmare's first featured player, so we actually got two featured players being guys who have an amethyst diamond and pink diamond, is making their long-awaited return to my team. My first guess when I saw this based on the theme was Ron Artest. I was like, oh dude, it's Ron Artest for sure. I tweeted that immediately, right? Ron Artest, dog. And Meta World Peace. He's back. I could not be more excited for Ron Artest. The last time I remember Ron being in the game, I believe was 2K18. He might have been in 19, I don't remember. But 2K18 for sure, he was in the game. He was for sure in 2K17. So I actually don't technically remember the last time we even had Ron Artest in the game, but I know for a fact he was in 17. Ron Artest, I remember being very, very solid back in the day, but dude, that was like 6 years ago, so I can't really remember. And with the new meta, it's going to be interesting. I honestly have no idea what jump shots, like what SIGs they're going to give him. I have truly no idea. It could be realistically anything. I like, personally, the Diamond Ron Artest is the one I like the most because he's got the bug eyes. Like, he's looking like he's tweaking for sure. Like, he looks like an Indiana tweaker 100%. In this photo, so I kind of like that one. He is shooting guard eligible at both too, which is going to be very, very interesting. Which I saw people kind of coming out and be like, why is he shooting guard eligible? He did actually play a decent amount of shooting guard with Indiana for sure, until they got Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson kind of took that role from him, but for the most part, shout out to Jonathan Bender, by the way. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Just whenever I get a chance to shout out Jonathan Bender, I'm going to do it. Jonathan Bender was my boy when I was growing up. Ron Artest is going to be one of the best lockdown defenders in the entire game. He'll have a good three-pointer. He'll be able to dunk. And it pains me as a Bulls fan to say this because it's like, Scottie Pippen is one of my favorite players of all time. Obviously, that was the man back in the day. But Ron Artest is going to be like a better version of what Scottie is currently, if that makes sense. Depending on what his jump shot is, that's obviously going to have some type of effect as well. But if he has a good jump shot like Scottie does, he's probably going to be a better version of what Scottie is, which is depressing. But at the same time, I pulled this Pink Diamond Ron Artest, like, yeah, he's definitely being my starting small forward from this point forward. That's Ron, dude. He has to get in the lineup. Even the Diamond Ron's going to be good. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a distinguishing factor. I would assume speed would be the distinguishing factor. Could also be shooting as well, but Ron was actually a better shooter when he was with the Lakers than he was with the Indiana Pacers. So it's like, I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be speed and athleticism. So this one's going to be hyper athletic in addition to playing really tough defense and being able to shoot open threes. So it's going to be interesting. I wish I could predict like what jump shot he's going to get. I mean, it might even be Pippen's release, but I don't know. It's kind of tough to really say. There could be any number of releases they'd give him. It could even be something as simple as like default swing. Like, I don't know. And that's a good release in and of itself, so I wouldn't even be upset about that. Then we got Bron. It's weird seeing Heat Bron as the Amethyst because it's typically flipped around. Like, typically they have it flip-flopped. Like, typically it would be Pink Diamond would be Heat LeBron, and then Amethyst would be like rookie LeBron. That's what I would have done anyway, but it is what it is. I think the difference between the LeBrons will be shooting. For sure. That would be my guess anyway. It's going to be hyper athletic regardless. I think that shooting is going to be the real paramount difference between the LeBrons. Like, this LeBron down here, Amethyst LeBron, probably not going to be able to shoot much better than the Amethyst current series one. This one down here will have improved shooting badges. Just because LeBron's always been hyper athletic, so it's not like you're going to be able to really nullify his athleticism all that much, you know, while still keeping true to the player. I don't know, 2K doesn't really care about that most of the time, but like, you know, that's my theory anyway. So I'm assuming this one will be able to shoot. This one not gonna have the greatest shooting. The shooting badges aren't really that important this year, but yeah, LeBron Brown's gonna be very, very expensive. Like, he's not gonna be quite as expensive as Hakeem Olajuwon was on Tuesday, and the reason being is Hakeem does things that literally no other center in the game does. Like, he's the most complete center in the entire game. I don't think LeBron is going to outclass that many small forwards. Like, is there going to be a huge magical step between using like a LeBron or running like a, I mean, he's going to be better than like Tatum, or he might not be better than Pippen though. He's going to be better at like rim running for sure. I don't know. It's tough to say with LeBron this year with the meta the way it currently is. It's actually kind of tough to say like one way or the other. Like, is he really going to make a huge difference? He'll probably be very similar to this free agent LeBron, at least the Pink Diamond version of him. 7 Hoff badges, few golds, few silvers, few bronzes. This is pretty accurate. Agent 3 on Hoff, I think, is a bit cracked, so I don't know if they give him Agent 3 on Hoff. They probably Hoff up something else, but probably like clamps. Clamps will be on like Hoff. Honestly, I think like gold clamps is better this year, honestly. But the rest of the badges are probably pretty accurate to what we're going to see with LeBron. Like, he'll have clamp breaker and quick first step probably on either gold or Hoff, I would assume. Posterizer, like acrobat, fearless finisher, slithery on Hoff. Yeah, that sounds about right. All the defensive badges are here. I would be shocked if he didn't have glove. Like 94 speed. The stats are probably accurate too. I think this card, and we've seen this a lot this year, where the free agent version is very similar to the Pink Diamond that we end up getting later. I would assume if you want to see what Bron's going to look like, it's going to be this. Everything else is going to be the exact same as well. LeBron James release is good, especially on Isaiah Ryder. I don't know why. It's not good on Devin George, though. It's the weirdest thing. Either way, this is probably almost to a T the exact LeBron that we see tomorrow. As far as John Wall's already fast, so he's going to be super fast. He's going to be good at defense, and he's going to be shooting an acceptable enough three-pointer. John Wall's got his own release on quick. By the way, I don't know if I didn't realize this. Like, he's got the same release as James Worthy. Oh, dear God. That release is cash, dude. That's not good. Kyrie's behind the back isn't terrible. I don't know anything about John Wall's specific SIGs, but he should be good. Either way, let's go over to Freestyle, and we'll take a look at the actual cards themselves. I'm interested to shoot around with John Wall specifically. You know, Bron is one of the guys that I haven't used this year. I know it's kind of crazy, but I really haven't gotten around to use him. I actually like his jump shot this year a lot better than his previous year's jump shot. Yeah, this is nice. Like, this is very smooth. Honestly, yeah, Pink Diamond LeBron's going to probably be a terror. Like, this jump shot is really clean. It is. Very pronounced green window, relatively fast. He kind of brings it up kind of lower, so it should be a little bit easier to contest for sure. Kind of like JJ Redick's, like how JJ Redick's is like very easy to time, but pretty easy to contest and block. But nah, this release is straight cash. This is nice. Even from deep, I don't know. Deep might be a little bit of a stretch, but if you can consistently hit with this release, which I think a lot of people should be able to, because this is really nice. This is a really nice release. They made Bron have one of the best releases in the game. Oh my word. Oh yeah, that's cash. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe I should start using Bron more often. I really haven't run into too many Brons. I mean, at the very beginning, I would run into a lot of LeBron James cards, but like now I really don't. And this release is straight fire. This is nice. Let's shoot away from the ball dominant hand real quick. Don't really like that too much, but it is greenable for sure. Yeah, Bron is straight cash. Every single thing that I'm shooting with him is very pronounced and easy to time. Like leaners, everything. Swings, bam, cash. Like LeBron is going to be the best small forward in the game just due to his release. I'm dead serious. Like, he's also going to be able to bully pretty much anyone at the small forward position. Maybe not RON ARTEST, but that's about it. If they give Ron Bron's release, which they won't do that, but if they did, Ron might be the best. Like, he might be the GOAT, but this release is so cash. This release is so cash. Like, there's no way. I might have to use Bron for real, dude. I might actually have to pick up Bron tomorrow, and I didn't want to. Not the pink diamond one, of course, but Diamond Bron might have to come home. Like, Diamond Bron will be relatively priced. You won't have the shooting badges, but I mean, honestly, if I'm out here cashing on, you know, multiplayer difficulty with Amethyst LeBron, granted they're wide open, you know, might have to go try them out. Like, cash, man. When are we getting a Marcus Pfizer 2K? Whatever, man. I'm not even gonna be hating on 2K like for their choice of players, because we got RON ARTEST. Now we got John Wall. I haven't really messed with John Wall. John Wall has one of those weird player builds where he's neither big nor small. He looks, honestly, this I think the first year he looks kind of smaller than Bradley Beal actually, which is accurate. The release is cash though. I mean, he has like a trebuchet release. Like, he literally looks like he's storming a fort in France in the 1400s with this release. He's like, whoosh, whack, just out here throwing rocks over a wall, dude. Just cash. Like it. It's a good release. Very solid off the catch and shoot. Very solid off the dribble. I mean, two of the guys that we're getting tomorrow have elite level releases. You know what I mean? Bron, elite level release. John Wall, elite level release. Both of these releases are straight heater. Like, yeah, this release is straight nice. Cash, dude. I'm a fan. I'm liking it. There it is. I am a fan. So the release is very easy to time for John Wall. It's very pronounced where he's going to release it. Like I said, like it's not a joke that it looks like a trebuchet. Like he does a fling release. It's like a slingshot release. Bam. Straight top of the head, cash. Love it. Either way, both of those guys are going to be ridiculous. Let's take a look at the market though, because I know the market is absolutely imploding, at least partially. Hakeem is not coming down in price. That's the one guy who I don't think is coming down in price in any way, shape, or form. Like, at least right now anyway. Until we get another big body center like that, he's not coming down. This is the most do-it-all center in the entire game. There's no center in the game that's as overpowered as Hakeem at this current moment. So he's not coming down in price anytime soon. MPJ is probably going to be cheaper. I don't know about playing him at the small forward. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of MPJ. But when it comes to Michael Porter Jr., it just depends who you actually have next to him. Like, if you run Bull at center, MPJ is not going to help you at all. You're better off running, like, Sean Kemp or someone of that nature. But if you're running, like, an Ilgauskas or something, like, MPJ can definitely hold his own at the power forward. I like him at the power forward, personally. I don't really know who's going to fall off in price due to this. Like, probably Draymond. Draymond, for sure, I would guess, is going to fall off in price, because anybody who is running Draymond's probably going to run Bron. Like, let's be real. So Draymond probably falls off in price. Probably not worth picking him up, but he's probably down in price. I could see someone like RJ Barrett dropping in price a little bit just cause. Who else? Any of the glitch guys? No, I don't think so. Season 1 guys, probably a few of them drop off, like maybe like Tatum, perhaps. But I mean, Tatum's still 500k, so I don't think it really matters. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think any of these guys really drop off. How's Wilt doing? Wilt's still got a bit of a price to him, for sure. Possibly Kawhi. Kawhi will drop down because I think majority of people would just rather use LeBron at this point. So I don't think Garnett drops. Garnett's still expensive. So I don't know. We're at the point right now. Dwayne Wade might drop depending on how good John Wall is. That's the key. But Dwayne Wade has the advantage in player build because he's just bigger. You know, he's built like that. Either way, I don't think we see a huge, massive drop in prices for any pink diamonds until opals come out. Like, let's be real. So there's really no point to check the market. I mean, checking the market tomorrow, once we actually get like budget cards that come out, that's going to be different. Yeah, I really just don't think Yao Ming affects any prices that we have. We don't have like a soaring skyscraper of a center at this point. I think the closest thing we have to that at this current moment is like Tyson Chandler. Like Wilt's more of like a physical powerhouse as opposed to like just a giant man for no reason. So I don't think Yao Ming is really going to be affecting anybody's value at this point, really, or period. I just don't see it. As far as badges, I mean, there's some badges that you could definitely invest in that might make you some MT. Shooting badges for LeBron for sure, like guard up. He'll have catch and shoot. I wouldn't worry about guard up, but things like guard up, Claymore. You could potentially try to invest in Limitless and hope for the best on that one. Stuff like that is stuff that he's not going to have. I mean, as we looked at his free agent card, I mean, he didn't have catch and shoot, which I assume they're going to give him catch and shoot and corner specialist, so I wouldn't really trip on those. But like Deadeye, Comeback Kid, Limitless, Slippery Off Ball, Blinders, Guard Up, those are badges really to invest in. Playmaking badges, defensive badges, and finishing badges, I wouldn't really mess with too much. I mean, there's going to be some he doesn't have, but I have no idea what those are going to be at this point. So it is what it is. As always, it's been your boy Cheap Loots. I will catch you guys tomorrow where I will spend too much MT on packs and pull absolutely nothing. Peace.